is Magga, and I have a background in computer science and psychology, and I've been making software since the turn of the century. And I asked to speak to you today because I've got an idea that could actually buy you some time to focus better on what you love doing, which is making software. And to illustrate my idea, I would like to ask all of you to close your eyes. Put yourself into the zone. You know what I mean. You're coding away happily. You're compiling, you're running, coding, running. And everything is exactly the way that you envisioned it. It feels like magic. It is magic. You conjure up words, commands, and you make things spring to life. That feels so powerful. And then there's a tap on your shoulder. And somebody is there asking you about the 100th time, about that thing, that issue in that software you created 2 years ago, and you actually documented in the help like 6 months ago. And even if it takes you only about 15 seconds to answer the question, you're out of the zone. And you know it's going to take you a while to get back there. And a rush of anger flows through you, and you think, my life would be so much easier if I could only get rid of these stupid users. And I know you don't want to get rid of them, because in one way or the other, our users pay our salaries, right? But you do want them to get off your back. And I'm here today to tell you that I can get them off your back. And now I see some skeptical looks in the audience, thinking, who is this random woman standing here telling me that she knows my users and she can somehow influence them? Well, you're absolutely right, I can't. I don't know them. But I've studied psychology, and psychology has studied human beings for over 100 years, and one of their most robust conclusions is this: people are predictable. And not only are they predictable, we know how. And I'm going to give you a few examples that you can use. We scan over things. When we come to a website, we're not reading it meticulously, top to bottom. We're scanning for that button, that really big button that's going to bring me to the next step, closer to my goal. And that's why I couldn't send this Valentine's greeting to my husband, because I had pressed the continue button in the banner ad before I noticed the send card button down here. Our capacity to remember is so small and so volatile that, well, you can actually compare it to a scrum wall. There's only room for so many Post-its, and we all know what happens when you open the window. And this is what you were experiencing when somebody tapped you on the shoulder. They basically opened the window on your working memory. So you can't expect your users to remember what they did 2 steps back in your process. It's long gone. But what you can do is show them where they were. Show them what they've done. You don't have to repeat it word for word. Just indicate it, because we're much better at recognizing things than recalling them outright. Now, this storage is so limited that you only have room for maybe 3 or 4 options that you can choose between. And that makes all choices and decisions really, really difficult. So it's our job to limit the number of options put in front of your users. And I know it's difficult for you guys, because you've got a couple of product managers and customer representatives on your back going, could you please just add this little thing? Well, I'm here today to invite you to take a decision. Take it now so that you don't have to do it later. Next time this happens and somebody comes in and asks you to just add this little thing, say this: that's a wonderful idea. We'll put it on the list. And next time we decide what we're going to work on, we'll start working on it as soon as you can tell me that it's really valuable for our users. Think simple interface, simple code, simple maintenance. You know where I'm going. And there's a corollary to this, because if it's difficult for me to make a decision, I'm going to avoid it like the plague. So what actually that means is I'm going with your decision. And you get paid to do it. Well, that actually means here that I would get signed up for this newsletter, even though I didn't mean to, because untaking something is also a decision. And I would get ticked off when the newsletter showed up in my inbox. But actually, that would never happen, because I would never press that bright red save button, because red to me means stop, don't do it. I would always press the cancel button down in the corner. Now, your users are doing mistakes like this every day in your software. And it's not because they're trying to be difficult. It's because they're hardwired to do so. Think of your users like runners in a race. Every single user that starts out in a marathon means to finish, but not all of them do. And think of yourselves as the planners of that race, those people that have the foresight of putting that water station at the top of that seemingly endless hill, just to help the users to get over the top. And so they're anticipating where in the course the runners need just a little leg up to finish. And you can do that too. You can anticipate where it is that your users are going to need a little support, and you can step in right there and do it once, not 100 times. And that's how you get rid of stupid users. And there's a simple trick to do it. Every time you're going through your software, maybe you're testing, maybe you're just admiring your handiwork, you could be the programmer, the product manager, the tester. Think of your user and think, will they understand where they are, how they got there, and how they can proceed from there? And if you find that maybe it's not all too clear, you're in a prime position to do something about it, there and then. And don't say anybody that you're done until you're satisfied. So that's how you get rid of stupid users. You make them smart. And that's how you have more time to focus on things that you love doing, which is making software, but not doing third-level customer support. And if you have any time, want to reach out and learn more, or you're not quite sure how you could support your users better, reach out to anybody in your network that has customers or users or experience in their job title. We'd love to help, because that's what we love doing, making users smart.